gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball, as tonight it is a huge TVL large matchup with TVL title implications on the line. It's the 11-5 Hillers, the 13-5 Westwood Wolverines. And speaking of Westwood, I am joined by Morgan Donahue from Westwood Media Center for the call of the game. Morgan, good to have you on the call. This is a huge game tonight. Title implications on the line. The gym filling up. Should be a great atmosphere here tonight.
Absolutely. This is the time of the season, Tom, where the cream rises to the top. Right now, the top is the Hopkinton Hillers. The Hillers right now on the TVL, they're 11-3. Westwood is 10-4. Westwood looking to knock off the Hillers tonight, where they'll be tied up for the TVL large lead. The goal that every team has to start off the season, it's not just make the playoffs, it's to win a TVL large. It's
That's
to
right.
also advance into the the MIA tournament. You want to win some games. You want to win that state championship. Big part of tonight's game, too, moving up in the standings. Westwood.
Absolutely, and we're getting ready for introductions. So without further ado, let's send it down to floor level to the athletic director.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's varsity boys basketball matchup between the visiting Westwood Wolverines and your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. We are excited to have our youth basketball players here tonight. As we enjoy the game together, we kindly ask all youth players and their coaches and parents to stay in the bleachers during the game to cheer the team on. Refrain from playing your own games and bouncing the basketball during play, and remain off the court during timeouts. Let's show our school spirit and respect for the game by being great fans. And now for the starting lineups for the visiting Wolverines. Senior number 1, Eli Ifra. Junior number 2, Robert Liriano Alejandro. Junior number 5, Ty Pindell. Senior number 12, Matt Preddy. And senior number 23, Makai Dickerson. The Wolverines are coached by Ryan Douglas. And now for your Hopkinton Hillers. Junior number 10, Tori Alstrom Hall. Senior number 3, Cooper Willardson. Senior number 21, Sam Dedejian. Sophomore number 25, Rylan August. And senior number 35, James Marcinowski. The Hillers are coached by head coach Tom Keene, assisted by Chris Banks, Nick Walker, and Jay Golden. And now if everybody could please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
there you have it. We are moments away from tip-off. And Morgan, it feels like a Friday night. Absolutely packed house here tonight. It's youth night. We got the youth athletes here. They'll be taking this game in, and I'm sure they are very excited to be here as well. But certainly a great atmosphere, and it looks like a good crowd from Westwood in the house also.
Absolutely, and the millions of viewers watching at home as well across the country.
That's right. They heard you were going to be on the broadcast.
Well,
so.
hey, I know of one already watching California. And, we're going to have tuning from all over. And, they know what's on the line. The community knows what's on the line. This is a TVL large title on the line tonight. It's not going to be won tonight, but it could be solidified tonight with a Hopkinton win. Westwood can get right back in it with a big win here on the road.
Absolutely. We are ready for the opening tip. Marcinowski up against Pindell, and we are underway. Hillers in the white, Westwood in the green. Hillers working left to right across your screen. Elstrom Hall along the top of the perimeter gets it over to Marcinowski.
So both these teams, buzzer beater winners over Norwood. So they share that in common this year. And, Norwood, a terrific team in the TVL that they both had to go out and beat.
The Dajan is blocked, and it's collected by number 5, Ty Pindell. And here comes the Wolverines. A good block underneath there, and I'm sure the Wolverines are going to be concentrating on the low post. They know about Marcinowski. Missed shot there, and it's collected by Ryland August. And a nice lay-in attempt there, but no good. No good on the follow-through either. And the ball batted away. Westwood able to maintain possession. So you get Elstrom Hall trying to lay it up. He misses. Marcinowski misses, and Westwood has it back.
Definitely some nerves from both teams right now. In the first 5 minutes, typically where you start to get right back to your game and settle down a little bit.
Lay-in attempt from the block. No good by Dickerson. Here come the Hillers. Elstrom Hall gets it out. Ryland August for 3. No good. Air ball. Out of bounds it goes. Yeah, so working out the kinks right now here in these early minutes.
Good defense, though. Both teams playing some solid defense early, but both trying to get their game going. This is a intimidating gym to come into play, and even if it's your home, like it is for the Hillers. I can't imagine coming in here with a full gym like it is tonight.
Ifra with the lane attempt, no good. Marcinowski with the rebound. Here come the Hillers. Elstrom Hall kicks it out. Back up top for 3. No good. And pulled down by Lariano.
Both teams just a little off right now.
I understand the junior Robert Lariano has been a big part of this Westwood team. He's someone that I think the Hillers will need to look out for.
He is a sharpshooter for the Wolverines. He had the buzzer beater versus Norwood the other night. It was somewhat of a quiet night for him. He's typically scoring high teens in the 20s, but it didn't matter. He scored when it mattered the most, right at the buzzer for Westwood to get a big win over Norwood.
Westwood inbounds. 2 minutes in, no score yet. Will that change here? No, off the rim. Put back, count it. And that was Preddy laying it in on the follow-through.
Matt Preedy, one of the captains for the Wolverines, one of the 3 captains. He is one of those guys that does everything for them, diving for balls, great passer. Anything the coach asks, he does. And great to see him get on the board with some points early here.
And speaking of Prady, he's going to get the first foul of the game.
Like I said, he does it all.
The last time these two teams met was back on January 3rd. Hillers got the 83-75 win. 3 ball, no good.
That was an overtime win, I believe, as well.
August to the rack, up with the right hand, no good. Put back, count it. Nice job by August staying with it. And the sophomore has the first Hiller bucket of the game.
Full court press being enacted right now by the Hillers.
You're going to see a lot of that from the Hillers. Lariano with the jumper, no good. Pulled down by Willardson. Here comes Hopkinton. Simulus kicks it out to Dajan for 3. Got it!
Great shot. The Dajan and number 21 tonight. We didn't know what number it was going to be tonight.
Well, actually, he's wearing 33.
33, okay. So it was announced as 21.
He's 21 on the roster. Up for the lay, no good. It's punched out. Hillers have it. Willardson able to scoop it to Simulus. Down the lane he goes, up with the shot. And it's going to be a charge on Simulus as he went into the defender a bit there.
That was Matt Preedy. What we were talking about is one thing that Coach Douglas preaches to the Westwood team, mental toughness. Being able to take a block like that, not being afraid of the contact, and Preedy has been leading by example doing that all year.
Full court pressure once again by the Hillers. Trying to feed it up, and it's swatted out of bounds by a hustling Jackson Canales.
That's what you get with a full court press is you're forcing passes like that. And how many turnovers have you seen just from the aggressive defense this year? Got to be countless.
Oh yeah, yeah. They love the trap, and at times it's worked really well. They got countless turnovers. It's a huge part of their defensive game.
One of those live by it, die by it type defenses.
Lariano driving it up for the shot, no good. Dedejian collects. Dedejian taking it up. Gonna drive in behind the back dribble, kicks it out. August for three, no good. Off the back iron, Westwood has it, collected by Pindell. And a long pass there, and it's gonna go Hiller way. Off the hands of Dickerson.
So the first game, as I mentioned, we were working that night, the girls' game. So that was
right.
a late win by Westwood, and we kept getting updates that it went to overtime, and the Hillers pulled away for the big win in Westwood.
Driving in, count it. The captain makes it happen, Jackson Canales. Hillers with the full court press again, looking for the trap. Lariano along the wing. Gets it over to Pindell at the elbow. Kicks it out. Ifra, no good. And the putback, no good. Dedejian has it.
Got some good handle for the big guy right there.
Canales gets it over, kept in bounds, and Westwood is going to get it back. Quick break up court. Lariano stolen away. A nice turnover for the Hillers, driving in and drawing the contact. That's Gavin Cho. Good to see Cho back. He was out for a little bit.
A physical play right there from both guys. Cho and Matt Preedy. We call a foul on Preedy, which I believe it's his second foul already here early in the game.
Yeah, so he'll have to be careful. You don't want to be collecting those fouls too early on.
Starting to see both benches ready to check in some players. Longo, Horn, and Ortiz checking in for the Wolverines, checking in for the Hillers. Marcinowski.
Well, I'll tell you one thing Coach Keene likes to do. He likes to sub these guys in like a hockey team almost. You'll have an entire line change.
Hopping over the bench.
And he hits the second. The Wolverines looking to get their offense going. An 8-2 Hiller lead. Pindell nearly lost it. Kept by Ifra. We get a backcourt violation. It'll be an inbound for the Hillers. Marcinowski from the near side.
So now we're just about 5 minutes in. Now it's about the adjustments you make. All right, you see that the aggressive defense the Hillers are providing. You're also seeing kind of what... Oh, that was a good
knocking down the jumper there, Mitch Simulus.
Going to force a timeout called by the Wolverines.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about this Hiller team. It could be any guy on any given night stepping up, and already in the scorebook, 5 different point scores for the Hillers.
That's a sign of a good team. And if you got guys that are coming off the bench that are contributing on, not only just offense, but getting some big turnovers on defense, some rebounds, you need that come playoff time. A lot of time, and it's similar to hockey. We talk a lot about hockey because we love doing the hockey games as well. But having those fresh legs the last 5 minutes of the game, being able to make those free throws right off the bat, Hiller's making some big free throws here. So those things are small things that add up to winning basketball when it comes March in playoff basketball.
Absolutely. March Madness.
Yeah.
There's some of the youth players excited to be here tonight.
Yeah.
Certainly love it when the youth team's here. It creates a great atmosphere, and they make some good noise to cheer on the Hillers.
They get on the Jumbotron. Who doesn't love that? Some of the best memories at, Bruins games, Celtics games, Patriots games, getting on the Jumbotron. And then...
Well, that one's called the H-Camtron.
The H-Camtron. I love it.
Off the timeout, it'll be a Westwood inbound. 3 minutes left, a 10-2 game.
Westwood, when they get their offensive going, it is explosive. So Westwood was down 10 late in the Norwood game. They were able
Oh, yeah, I don't expect their offense to stay as quiet as it's been so far.
So I want to see how they react to Coach Douglas, and I'm sure he was getting them fired up after that most recent timeout.
Longo with it, calling it out, gets it over to the wing to Ortiz, and now the shot, and no good. Hillers have it as Pindell with the miss. Canales collects coast to coast, up for the lay-in, no good, and a rebound by Longo. Taking it up, Ortiz, driving in, Ifra, and he is rejected. Marcinowski with the block.
I like what he did there. I want to see Westwood start taking it to the hoop. Draw some fouls. Get to the foul line. Don't be afraid to take it right to the hoop, and you're taking contact on the defensive end. You want to see it on the offensive end as well.
Well, and on the Hillers side of things, you want to really try to get some buckets here. Take advantage of this slow start for Westwood.
Yeah.
Ifra trying to drive in. We're going to get some contact from Petit Friere. And that's going to be his first. It'll be a Westwood inbound.
So both teams with 2 team fouls with 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
Ortiz gets it over towards the wing. Longo up top. Ifra fires it over to Ortiz now from the short corner. No good on the jumper, and it's collected along the end line by Longo. Off the missed Pindell shot. Driving in Ifra, and he'll draw the contact.
That was a big rebound there by Longo. And Westwood a little passive right now. They're kind of just passing around, where sometimes in these situations you need one of those guys that says, give me the ball, see what I do with it. Ifra being one of those guys. But I like seeing him taking it to the hoop. He was looking, I believe, for Horn under the hoop there before the foul was drawn.
Third team foul on the Hillers of the quarter. They get Canales with his first. On the entry, it's intercepted. Here goes Patrice. Down the lane, trying to shoot around the defender. Called for the travel. Oh.
That was great defense. Great defense by Ifra, where...
Great block.
I guess it was on, the contact was made. There's no question about that, but I guess travel made after a contact.
Well, the ref has to react in a split second.
Yeah.
It's an up-tempo game, that's for sure. And Longo trying to corral it, and he loses it, and the Hillers have it. Willetson fires it over. Marcinowski kicks it out. 3 attempt. No good. Collected by, where Ifra's going to let it go out of bounds. It'll be Westwood basketball. 1:25 left to go.
That 3 was a rainmaker. that was high.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start offensively in this game.
2 points for Westwood. I can't tell you the last time they had 2 points this late in the first quarter, but could be changing on that shot. Nope.
No good by Ifra. Westwood trying to keep it. Patrice battling it out. He fires it over to Ortiz. Back to Ifra. Long 3 here. No good. Off the back iron, and Petit Friere has it. Gets it to Willetson. And we're going to get a charge on Willetson.
That will be...
Oh, it's going to be... Yeah, it will be against Willetson.
That'll be Hopkinton's 4th team foul.
So no more to give for the Hillers.
So if you're Westwood, maybe you take it to the hoop. Earn some free throw, or do something to potentially draw a foul where you can get some shots out of it.
Final minute of the quarter. Longo trying to split the defenders. Kicks it out. Ortiz gets it over to the wing. Longo, and now underneath. Oh, up and no good on the lay-in by Dickerson. Long pass to Willetson. Gets it over to Nadesian. 33 seconds left. Willetson for 3. No good. And it's a Marcinowski rebound. Gives it over, up and in. Ryland August.
Nice drive.
First bucket in a while for either team as Ifra gets it over to Longo. 13 seconds left in the quarter. See if we get a buzzer beater here. And we're going to get a travel.
This may be the lowest scoring first quarter in the TVL all season, this one right here.
Yeah, but you didn't think it was going to be 12-2. Willetson driving in around the defender. jumper. Yes! Falls in at the buzzer.
That buzzer beater.
There it is. What a first quarter for the Hillers. Westwood having a hard time trying to figure out this Hiller defense. And at the end of the first quarter, it's the Hillers 14, Westwood 2. Morgan, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, I think Westwood, it's probably a good thing that, these are things that you can take into the playoffs, right? Now you have some adversity. You just got punched in the face. You're down 14-2. You have the opportunity to just put that behind you now. You're having a conversation with coach, figuring out kind of what are the adjustments you need to make, personnel, all that. Now you have a whole fresh quarter ahead of you. The good thing is, the bad news is you only scored 2 points in the first quarter. The good news is you're only 12 points.
A lot of game left, though.
Plenty of game left. Westwood was, I think, behind like 15 at one point versus Norwood. They're used to being, getting back in the game and doing it pretty quickly, too. So I'd imagine that they'll figure it out here. They're going to certainly look to get some quick buckets, really get right back in there. But that's where you got to get the confidence going. They had nothing really to get that confidence going outside of just a couple turnovers. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they haven't been here in a while. As of course, last game was at Westwood, so
you got to.
Sometimes that could affect.
Oh, 100%. The lighting, this, just the spatial. This is a different gym than any other gym in the TVL.
Ifra with it, gets it over to Lariano. Westwood looking for their first field goal in quite a while.
I think Lariano's going to be that guy. He's going to be the guy to make some quick buckets. He can make a bucket from anywhere.
Kicks it out, up for the jumper, and Lariano knocks it down. Second bucket of the game for Westwood, pass to Marcinowski. Along the low post, up for the shot, no good off the glass. Collected by Westwood as Ortiz pulls it down. Ifra.
Find Lariano again, he's on the right side corner, ball in his hands now.
Yeah, it seems like he's been their go-to guy offensively.
He is the guy that stirs the offense along with Ifra. And it's a point guard heavy offense. Big shot out there. Just a little short.
No good by Lariano. Here comes the Hillers. Dadajian pulls up. Launches it short. Marcinowski with the rebound. Puts it up. No good. Ifra collects for Westwood. Gets it over. Lariano with the jumper. Long two. Knocks it down on the fadeaway.
That's that sweet spot for him right there. Just inside the three, about 4 feet inside, right on the baseline.
I think your Wolverines starting to wake up a little bit, Morgan.
Yeah, it just needed a couple buckets.
Dadajian, no good. Another Westwood rebound. Lariano will take it up.
Lariano feeling it. Do you go back to him? We'll see.
Ifra going to drive in, splits the defenders, finds Lariano. Alstrom Hall watching Lariano closely now. Up to Ortiz. Now into the interior underneath. Up with the right hand, no good there. Lariano pulls it down, puts it back. That's no good. Marcinowski with the rebound. So they got the big man Horn in there, and he couldn't put it in over Marcinowski. And that's going to be a fun battle. Horn up against Marcinowski today.
Horn and Dickerson did a terrific job versus the big guy from Norwood. I believe his name was Yu Chenchuk. In 6'10", every bit of the hype. I think he had about 20 points, 3 dunks alone in that game. And undersized guys didn't matter. They were knocking the ball out of his hands. They were being physical. They played huge down the stretch for the Wolverines on defense.
Dadajian on the entry. Gets it over to the corner. Willetson driving baseline up for the shot. No.
The old school floater.
Horn pulls it down. Here's Ifra. Kicks it up to Ortiz. Driving in. Takes it back out. Back to Ifra. Now Lariano gets it over to the left short corner. Up Dickerson. And in. Dickerson.
He started, in the Norwood game, he started hitting the 17, 18-footers. Started to become his sweet spot the last couple games. So I like that look for him.
And Cho ends the 6-0 run Westwood had going.
That was a good answer. Great answer right after the Dickerson bucket for Cho.
I think you're going to see lots of quick passes, lots of long passes. Both teams defending tightly, both like to trap. Lariano will have the entry.
Both teams with some good athletes, so they really use it to their strengths. So Ty Pindell on the court, quarterback for the Wolverines.
Ah.
Yeah.
I knew that name sounded familiar.
Yeah,
Long three, no good.
His father's the head coach for the Wolverines as well.
Lariano with the rebound.
He was my coach 100 years ago, in the early 2000s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kicks it out. 3 attempts, no good. Off the rim, out of bounds it goes. Hiller ball. 4:50 left to go in the first half. Hiller's up by 8. Show will take it up. After an 83-75 game in the first one. A little bit low so far. We'll see if that changes. It certainly could with these two offenses.
Team's so aggressive on defense right there. Turnover for
Willetson and Ortiz going to get wrapped up for the jump ball.
That's going to stay with the Hillers.
Hillers will have the entry.
Longo checking back in for the Wolverines. Ortiz going to get a rest. See if we can get an update from the girls' game. Hillers playing Westwood in Westwood right now.
That's a big one too,
yes.
TVL standings wise. And a nice lay-in there by Nadesian. He has 5 points so far tonight. Ephra. And it's knocked out, but Westwood maintains, and off the glass goes Dickerson. His second bucket of the quarter. Hillers quickly up court. Willetson through the defenders, up for the shot, no good. Pulled down by Dickerson.
Dickerson doing it on both sides, had the bucket there, then the big rebound.
And Willetson trying to strip it away from Lariano. We get a jump ball call.
A great defensive play there to get the hand on the ball. Fortunately, possession arrow in Westwood's corner, but still, you just earned yourself the next one. That's what you get when it comes to when you get the jump balls, earning the next one.
Sean Brown in the game for the Hillers. Longo gets it over to Lariano, back to Longo.
Longo, a dangerous person from outside the arc, just like this guy right here.
No good on the 3 attempt, but it's off of Nadesian's hands and put in by Pindell.
Great finish by Pindell. Great anticipation to get that loose ball and a quick layup so it couldn't be blocked.
Up top, Nadesian. Well, a wide variety of different scores for
Yes.
Westwood so far in the second quarter.
What you like to see.
Absolutely.
Complementary scoring is great. And you're going to have open guys when you have that. You have to respect the outside scoring if you've seen that all these guys can put the ball on the hoop. A little bit more scoring this quarter.
All right, absolutely, yeah. I'd say the offense starting to heat up a little bit.
Yep.
We got a jump ball call. Hillers will have the inbound. Underneath to Brown, up with the fadeaway, no good. And Westwood has it, collected by Horn. Along the wing, Lariano. Westwood working along the perimeter. Thought about the 3, gets it in, and now a shot from the short corner, no good there by Pindell.
There's a Larry Bird angle right there.
Driving in, Canales, no good. Battle for it, back to the hands of Canales. He'll fire it up, no good. And Horn able to keep possession and draw the foul.
The elbows out, He wasn't letting anyone get in there,
Get those defenders away from you. We're going to get a timeout. 3:03 left to go in the second quarter. Hillers 18, Westwood 12. It was a 14-2 first quarter. In the second quarter, it is Westwood outscoring the Hillers 10-4. So the roles reversing a little bit here in the second frame.
So message was clearly sent by Coach Douglas to the guys. Some good adjustments. They got some quick baskets. Also, some good rebounds on the defensive end. And it's also kind of thrown the Hillers off. So Westwood was chasing in the first quarter. Hopkinton was playing their game. Westwood is chasing around. Now Westwood is dictating their game. The Hillers chasing a little bit. And, baskets aren't going in. So these timeouts are so crucial. Get to refocus, reset, personnel as well. Also a breather.
Absolutely.
And keep your guys on the court, your starters. If in the game you gotta obviously make substitutions and whatnot just throughout the games, just so everyone's fresh. But these timeouts allow you to keep them on. You're 3 minutes away from halftime, so you can be able to keep those guys out for the next 3 minutes, and then they get the big breather at halftime as well.
Yeah, and so far this is a bit of a seesaw game. You had momentum going the Hillers' way, now it's going Westwood's way, and I'm sure we'll have a couple tips of the seesaw throughout this game.
It's like a boxing match, you know? It's like watching Rocky IV, you know, back and forth.
That's right. Lariano working against the trap attempt. Ifra drive it in.
Good adjustments by Westwood on how to move that ball in the trap.
Back to the corner, 3 ball. No good. Batted in the air, and that's no good. It was actually batted towards the hoop. And it's going to go Hiller way. Was that Horn who got the hand in there?
Yes.
Yep. Towards the hoop, he almost put it in.
Yeah, that would have been an incredible bucket. Had about 3 Hiller players around him, was able to at least try and get that up to be around the cylinder.
Willitson taking it up, gets it back to Brown, now to Dejan. Gonna drive in, up for the shot, no good, and it is put out of bounds off of Westwood by Brown. Some nice, quick hustling there.
Nifty move there by Dedejian. He drove in, but then also just created enough space to get that shot off because Horn was right there with his hand right up in the face and had a little fadeaway to give him some room.
Around the perimeter they go. Driving in. Feeds it over to the block. Brown trying to fire it out, and Westwood has the turnover. Up and in, Pindell. Ty Pindell with his second bucket of the frame.
That was a terrific pass by Lariano and amazing catch by Pindell. Lefty, one-handed catch to then put that in for big 2 points there for the Wolverines. Get them within 4.
King from the block, no good. And it's collected by Horn. Did we get a foul as well?
Horn is not letting anyone get that ball.
He's doing a pretty good job at that.
Textbook.
That foul is going to be on King. Well, the Hillers, they're going a lot with the big guys tonight. Brown, King. They know they need some height to keep up with this Westwood team. Willitson with the steal. Quick break up court, lay-in, no good. Patrice Petit-Friere battling for it, and then we get a whistle and foul.
Out of bounds, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, actually.
That was a great turnover, though. Got right in there, got the hand on the ball, went right down for a quick, fast break. Unfortunately, not able to get the bucket in there. Westwood was closing in pretty aggressively there. I think it was Lariano and Ifra there.
Yeah, Willitson is really good at that, those quick steals. No good from the elbow by Longo. Westwood maintains possession. Ifra spins around. The defender gets it to Lariano. Lariano knocks it down. Robert Lariano, 7 points in the second quarter. A 1 point game, just like that.
Get hot. He could go for 25.
Oh, we're going to get a backcourt.
That bucket by Lariano gets Westwood within 1, which seems somewhat, somewhat challenging after the first quarter. They were down by 12 after 1. Now able to get it to within 1.
Longo on the entry to Lariano. Lariano gets it over to Ifra. A minute left to go in the second quarter. Lariano trying to work the defender. Shot from up top, no good by Longo, and we're going to get a foul on the rebound attempt. This one going to be on Horn.
Great rebound there by August. Went up and got that. Also drew the foul.
So senior Corbin Horn with his first foul of the game. And that's only a team first for Westwood.
Yeah.
So not too many in this quarter. Marcinowski.
You can use some now, so don't be afraid to use them now.
3 attempts, no good. And that missed by Ryland August. Well, the Hillers really struggling offensively in the second quarter. Only 4 points in the second quarter. We're under 30 seconds left to go. Ifra gets it over to Lariano. Now along the wing, Longo. Ifra. Back to Longo, going to drive in, nearly stripped away, keeps possession, kicks it out. 7 seconds left, and the shot clock is just about right on cue, but we're going to get a charge.
Yeah.
It's going to be against Westwood.
Hiller's going to have the ball with 4.8 seconds left.
And that's going to be the second foul on Corbin Horn, so that could be a factor later in the game.
Yeah, yep. And, I mean, Matt Preedy got 2 quick ones in the first quarter. We haven't seen him since then. So
Right.
certainly factors when it comes to still very early on here in this game.
4.8 seconds left to go. Hiller set to inbound and try for the buzzer beater. Willardson takes it up and no good at the buzzer, and that'll do it for the second quarter. Wow, what an interesting game this has
It's
been.
going to be an exciting second half. I mean, Westwood, great answer after that probably the worst first quarter they've played all year. But what an answer. And, you know, now both coaches have an opportunity to have their team's attention, talk through what, you know, they saw in the first quarter and make real adjustments, you know, where they can get another warm-up in. Quick warm-up after the half, but really excited, looking forward to what's going to happen, you know.
Well, we go from maybe the worst first quarter Westwood's played to the worst second quarter Hopkinton's ever played.
Yep.
A 14-2 first quarter in favor of the Hillers, a 15-4 second quarter in favor of Westwood. And at the halftime break, it's the Hillers 18, Westwood 17, and they're now going to have the halftime youth night game on the floor. So we will step aside and let you enjoy the youth teams out there, as it is youth night here at Hopkinton High School. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hiller Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. We are just about ready for the second half. Tom Nappy alongside Morgan Donahue. The HCAM Westwood Media Center collaboration is back as we are just about set for the second half. A very kind of a weird first half.
Big time, yeah.
You had a 14-2 first quarter in favor of the Hillers, and then a 15-4 second quarter in favor of Westwood, and that's how we got our score at 18-17 heading into the second half. I don't really know what to expect in the second half.
I don't. I mean, we could see 70 points, or it could be a defensive battle.
Right.
We'll see, but I mean, I see this now. This is like a whole new game, right? Now both teams getting another warm-up in now. They had a message from both their head coaches, and that first half is completely behind them. Now
Right.
it's you win this second half, and you are either the sole leader of the TVL Large or you are tied for the TVL Large. So we'll see what's to come here in the second half. And we do have a score update. Westwood girls and the Hiller girls. Westwood up 18-10 after the first half.
Okay, so that game's a lot like this one.
Yeah, 8-2 was the score after the first quarter in that game. So very similar to this game. Was a low-scoring first quarter and low-scoring first half.
Let's take a look at the first half scoring totals for Westwood. Robert Lariano with 7 points, Ty Pindell with 4, Matt Preddy with 2, Mackay Dickerson with 4, and for the Hillers, you got Cooper Willinson 2, Mitch Simulus 2, Jackson Canales 2, Ryland August 4, Gavin Cho 3, Sam Dejin 5.
So Westwood in the second quarter, Liriano was the guy. He was the guy that says, give me the ball, see what I do with it. Huge. 7 points. Who's going to be that guy for the Hillers? Who's the guy that really creates that spark for them when they need it the most?
We'll have to see. The Hillers struggled from three-point land, and perhaps they'll go more towards the low post. It's going to be interesting to see what strategy they go with. Up and in goes Dickerson. A good start for Westwood.
Good look for the Wolverines. When you get Dickerson going, it's just another weapon on the offensive end for the Wolverines.
Westwood with their first lead of the game as the Deja gets it to Elstrom Hall. Drive it in, gets it to the wing. Here goes August, and it's touched by a defender, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hillers. Lariano got the hand on it. August set to inbound. Over to Elstrom Hall. Back to August now. Along the wing, Willinson hands it to Donasian. Driving in, up no good. And trying to pull it down, got tied up with Dickerson, and we're going to have a foul call.
Foul on the court. Is it on Dickerson? I believe, it's on Mackay Dickerson.
And that was too bad. The legs just got tangled up.
He had the rebound, too. I think he just got tangled up there, and he's a physical kid. I mean, he is that physical leader for the Wolverines on the defensive end. I mentioned earlier his game against Norwood.
Team first for Westwood. The Deja gets it to Elstrom Hall. Now Willinson driving in, kicks it out. August gonna take it down the lane through the defenders. No, can't finish.
Split the D there, just not going in right now for the Hillers.
And we're gonna have a Hiller foul on the rebound.
It's the old saying, is no luck. It's better to have bad luck than no luck at all.
Right.
Nothing going in right now, but still very early here in the second half. Both teams looking to get into a groove.
Lariano off the mark on that 3 attempt. It's going to be Hiller ball. And good job by August boxing out along the end line.
When buckets aren't going in, you got to do the small things like that, and the Hillers are doing that right now.
Elstrom Hall taking it down. Down the lane, up for the jumper, and he goes.
Nice bucket there.
Boy, did the Hillers need that.
Yes.
First bucket in quite a while for them. Lariano no good. Batted up in the air, and the Hillers get it back. Here comes the Deja. The Deja kicks it out. Elstrom Hall fires it across. Willinson for 3. No good off the rim. And then batted out of bounds. It's going to be Westwood ball. Elstrom Hall was arguing for that one.
It's hard to tell. I can never tell, especially those 50-50 where the balls go out of bounds. I can never tell. I could never ref a game because I wouldn't know who it's out on.
It is not an easy job.
No.
We're going to get a foul on August. That's going to be his second as Lariano was going up for the shot.
The team second for the Hillers, yes. So Hillers with 2 team fouls, Westwood with 1 team foul here early in the third quarter.
They got Marcinowski with the foul.
His first, it looks like.
And the first free throw by Robert Lariano goes through. He has 8 points so far tonight. Second of 2 for the junior, knocks it down.
Huge.
Westwood back up by 1. Here comes Elstrom Hall. Elstrom Hall working against Lariano. Gets it to Willardson. Willardson trying to find someone in the lane. A miscommunication. Westwood has the turnover, but then Diggerson a long pass, and it's taken back by Elstrom Hall. Here goes Elstrom Hall. Kicks it out. And we get a foul.
That's on Matt Preedy. That'll be his third. So he sat out all of the second quarter after getting 2 quick ones in the first quarter. So see what Coach Douglas does here. Looks like he's going to stay out for now.
August on the entry. Up top to Asian. Over to Willardson, who bobbles it. Is able to regather. Asian. 25 on the shot clock. Trying to work the defender. Ball knocked away. He regathers, kicks it out. Willardson driving in, back to Asian. August now taking it in from the wing, firing it out to Willardson, batted out of bounds, and wow, what a leap by Willardson.
Wow, what an effort. Both refs going to
almost took out a couple coaches.
So confirmed, it's going to be a Hiller ball. It's going to stay with them. They'll have 10 left on the shot clock. I like to see that when the ref's not sure, to talk to each other and confirm, where the possession at.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. That was close.
Yeah. Thought a couple chairs were going to be knocked over there.
Well, I'm glad the coaches didn't get knocked over.
Yes.
We don't need any injured coaches.
Nope.
Here's Dedejian trying to go behind the back, and it's stripped away by Ortiz.
Great play there on defense. The shot clock was winded down, which put a little pressure on Hiller's D, and turnover going the other way now.
In and out of the hands of Lariano will be Hiller ball. Well, both teams have a couple kinks once again here in this third quarter.
Westwood, it was mentioned, had the emotional win on Friday. So, sometimes there are some kinks after big wins, some emotional wins like that. You have that hangover, per se, after big wins.
Yeah, the Hillers, they went on the road on Friday and in Holliston, and we're going to get a foul here. Ooh, it's going to be on Lariano, his first.
That's Westwood's third team foul of the quarter, so they're starting to...
That could be a factor.
Could be a factor, absolutely.
To the corner, Simulus driving in. That's a charge. No doubt about that one.
Ifra drawing that charge. And now the Hillers with 3. So both teams with 3 team fouls with a lot of game left here in the third quarter.
I think he was more so trying to get the defender to back up, but we're going to get a steal here. Quick hands by Canales.
Now, can you get points on the turnover here?
Simulus, no good off the mark. Grabs his own rebound, keeps it in, but Westwood ends up with it. Here goes Ortiz.
Good job by Ortiz holding up there. It would have been a tough angle to try and get that layup in.
Lariano back to Ortiz. 20 on the shot clock. 4:08 and counting left in the quarter. So far, another low-scoring defensive gritty quarter. No good on the shot. Hillers have it. Cho collects. Finds Simulus. Simulus to the rack. No. Westwood has the rebound. Both teams just great hustle out there.
I got to say, it's a lot of great defense this quarter. So, these are contested layups. These are contested shots where hands are in the lane, and there's also been some blocks.
Ifra, no good on the layup, but there's a foul. And are they going to get Marcinowski again? Yes, they are. That's going to be his second.
Now one away from free throws being shot by the Wolverines. Four team fouls for the Hillers right now.
Well, he's going to get free throws here because the foul occurred on the lay-in attempt.
Yep. A couple players about to check in as well.
Eli for another big piece of this Westwood team.
We got Petit Friere checking in for the Hillers and also Corbin Horn checking in for the Wolverines.
It's the first. Now looking to put Westwood up by 3, and he will.
Big. Got to make the free throws. You go on those, you earn those, you got to make them as well.
So far, 1 field goal for each team in this quarter.
When you win by a point, lose by a point, you always got to look to the free throws.
Right.
And how consequential they were throughout the game.
Westwood 4 for 4 on free throws in the quarter. As that's poked out, we get a foul, and that's going to be on Lariano, I believe.
Yes, yep.
That's going to be his second. And both teams, no more fouls to give for the rest of the quarter. We still got 3:23 left, so we'll see some free throws. And Stimulus can't corral it in. Here comes Westwood. Good hustle by Ifra and Lariano there.
Great anticipation by Ifra, able to get a hand on that, able to keep it in bounds too.
Westwood taking their time with it, trying to find that opening. Shot from the short corner, knocking it down is Dickerson.
He has got that 15-footer distance down. He's got it dialed in right now.
Yeah, he's got 8 points tonight.
Yeah.
Into Stimulus, out to Varsadowski, down the lane, surrounded by defenders, around the defender.
Is that and one right there? I think it is.
I think it is.
Great move, and the lefty finish by the big guy.
What a move by Varsadowski.
Yeah. He had 2 guys on him, too. He was able to kind of split the D there and then put it in with the left hand off the backboard, drew the foul, and he's shooting for and one right here.
3rd foul on Corbin Horn.
And that's going to get him back on the bench.
Varsadowski trying to put the Hillers back down by 2, and he will.
Big free throw right there.
Ifra gets it over to Ortiz.
Now, just from that, Hillers have a little more pep in their step right now. They got some energy. You can see it on the defense.
Driving down, feeds it underneath, and what a block by Stimulus, but then Stimulus trying to pass, and Ifra was right there, and Lariano lays it in.
That is a smart play by Ifra. It was probably going to get blocked. Just he had a couple big guys around him, then finds Lariano just to the left of him with a clean, open look for the layup.
Petit Friere for 3, no good, and it's collected by Pindell. Back to a 4-point lead for Westwood. 2:08 and counting left to go, and Coach Douglas going to call a timeout.
Yep.
Well, it's continuing to be a defensive, gritty game. Not a whole lot of scoring. Some great defense, great hustle by both teams, and some very good turnovers. And, you know, even though there's not a lot of scoring, I mean, it's a quick-paced game. Teams running the floor quickly, lots of long passes.
Yep. Really, some great defense. I think both teams, you know, the nerves have worn off. So all the missed baskets now are just, you know, there's no free look right now. The closest thing to a free look was Ifra finding Lariano there on that quick layup. Everything else has been contested, but something to keep an eye on. So Westwood, 5 fouls already.
Right.
So if I'm the Hillers, I'm going out there and I'm going to try and draw some fouls. I want to get back to that free throw line, cut right into that 4-point lead that the Wolverines have right now.
There's the student section, and I agree with you, and I think the way you do that, you got to drive the lane and try to draw up that contact.
So is that the student section right there behind the net?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
That is awesome.
You got their own
I see a big
nice
head down there
section
too.
out there.
That's pretty cool, you know.
We got Denise on camera out there.
Yeah.
Good job. With
Fantastic
that
team
nice shot of the fans.
by HCAM. You know, one of the leaders here in the TVL. So fortunate in the TVL to have great partners like HCAM, where we can watch our teams on the road. Pretty much every game is covered on the road.
Absolutely. Pretty much all the stations around the TVL do a great job. Ifra driving down, up for the lane, count it. A Big bucket there for the Wolverines. They lead it by 6.
Those Ephers.
Willetson pulls up. No, off the back iron, grabs his own rebound, kicks it out. To Dacian for 3. No good. And then as Canales is going for the rebound, he's going to draw a push.
He's going to get free throws. Was that Ephers' first 2 points of the game on that bucket?
That was his first field goal.
First field goal, yeah, that's right. He had
a couple of free throws.
Yeah, free throws, yeah.
4 points overall for Eli Ifra. First free throw, no good by Canales. Well, this is one of those games you don't want to miss these free throws.
No, you don't.
It's likely going to be a low-scoring affair, and every single point's going to count. And he gets the second. 5-point game. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Expect that the rest of the way. Ortiz gets it over. Up and in. Lariano taking advantage of the lane there.
He is feeling it tonight.
Dacian over to Petit Frere. Now driving in Willetson, and he launches it. He's got it.
Downtown.
Boy, did the Hillers need that. I believe that's the first or second 3 bucket of the game for the Hillers. They had one really early on.
Gets them to within 4.
Ortiz trying to shake the defender, gets into the short corner to the jumper. Yes! Dickerson.
All night for Dickerson.
He is a trifecta of field goals in this third quarter. Crowd starting to get into it as Canales hands it back to Petit Frere. And no good on the lay-in attempt. Got stuffed by the rim. Dickerson with the rebound gets it to Lariano. And now up and no good. Ifra. Westwood a rebound. Put back no good. Batted in the air. And the Hillers have it. Canales over to Patrice. Launches a 3. No good. And it's a battle for it. Patrice knocked it out of the graph. And it's going to stay with the Hillers. Went off of Lariano and out of bounds, and the Hillers maintain. Great hustle by Petit Frere.
Absolutely. Back and forth. Some great defense down Westwood. I thought they had that fast break. Great defense by the Hillers. Weren't able to convert on there, and then, able to go the other way, get that look on a 3, and able to keep the possession here.
Simulus gets it into the interior. Canales with the hook shot. No good. Collected by Ortiz. 18 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ifra calling it out. Over to Lariano. Up top, Ifra. Into Pindell. Kicks it across. 3 ball. No. And Willetson, no time to shoot there. It was a good attempt, though, but off the back iron. Well, I didn't think it'd be this low scoring, but we got ourselves a gritty game out there. A little more scoring, though, in that third quarter. It did pick up a bit. But the Hillers only 9 points in the third quarter. Westwood adds 16, and it's a 33-27 game heading into the fourth quarter. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty simple what the Hillers need to do. They need more points. And for Westwood, I think Westwood, they played some good defense, and they found ways to get into the low post. They were working offensively with more of a quick pace down that low post.
They've opened the game up a little bit, so they started really in that second quarter with shots from the outside. Then they started working on those baskets inside. Makai Dickerson has been huge for the Wolverines by getting that 15, 17-footer shot down. I mean, I don't think he's missed on those shots since the second quarter. And then they're also taking it to the hoop and getting some unselfish plays. Handoff for free layups, for open looks. One thing to keep an eye on, though, too, the Wolverines did collect a lot of fouls there. So you got guys with 3 fouls. You got guys with 4 fouls. You got to be careful here. You got to be careful out there where you don't want to take a bad foul and then you're out of the game. So,
right.
Being smart. It's going to be a fun finish.
I think so.
I do have an update in the girls' game. After 3 quarters, Westwood up 35-19 on the Hillers.
Okay. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Hillers working along the perimeter. Willetson over to the wing. August gets it to Simulus. Now to Willetson. No good. Punched back up by August. No good. And Westwood has it. Here goes Lariano. And we get a collision.
See a foul on the Hillers. Blocking foul.
I think it's going to be on Elstrom Hall. Well, they got number 1 up there, but there's no number 1 there. There you go.
And only his first foul of the game, so some good discipline. No, staying out of the foul trouble, saving it for the end of the game.
Around the defender, up and in with the left hand, Ty Pindell.
Big bucket for Ty.
He has 6 points. Elstrom Hall from the block, no good. Wolverines have the rebound, pulled down by Dickerson. Here comes Lariano. And Westwood, they're certainly not going to rush. They got a nice, cozy 8-point lead. And they know the Hillers not having much luck offensively tonight.
I know Lariano's uncle Alexis Alejandro tuning in from the LA area right now.
Up and in, Lariano. And how about tonight? He's having 15 points for Robert Lariano.
You got a proud uncle tuning in, and Lariano getting it done for the Wolverines right now.
He certainly is. And the Hillers, they need to get the scoring going. This game's starting to get away from them. 10-point Westwood lead, 7 minutes left to go.
Good timeout call, though. Get it here early. Also, give your guys a quick rest, but to just refocus here. Get the next 2 buckets. Get the next 2 stops. Those make it different. You get a couple threes, now you're right back within arm's reach.
Well, this Westwood team looking to continue their 7-game winning streak. As we take a look at the TVL standings, Westwood 13-5, Hillers 11-5. Winner of this game would clinch at least a share of the TVL large title. Norwood 13-5, they're right in there. Dedham 11-6, Holliston 4-12, Ashton 2-16. Very competitive TVL large.
The parity is tremendous. So I had the Westwood captains on the podcast early this year. We had Ephra, we had Matt Preedy, we had Mackay Dickerson, and we talked a little bit about last year. And one of the things that was mentioned about last year was how good the Hillers are and how much of a rivalry it's become. Norwood being across town has been a rivalry, but the Hillers have always been a battle towards the end of the season. Same thing with the soccer season. We got Preedy, who's the captain on the soccer team. So,
well, I'm sure it'll be the same thing in the spring.
It's something you're going to see for every season and every year is Westwood and the Hillers vying for TVL large title.
Along the sideline, Willitson driving in, no good on the lane attempt. Pindell pulls it down.
I like that aggressiveness, though, for the Hillers. Taking it to the hoop, draw some fouls. It was a good look there. Just didn't convert.
There's Ephra, gets it to the wing. Pindell. Back to Ephra. 18 on the shot clock. Driving down, looking for Lariano, surrounded by defenders, just able to get it away. 10 on the shot clock. Lariano up against Elstrom Hall, launches it, no good. Elstrom Hall collects. Here he comes up the near side, down the lane, around the defender, up with a reverse, no good. And the pass going to be intercepted. Hillers get it back to Willitson. Now out to Elstrom Hall. Up top to Dajan. Gets it over to Willitson, driving in and rejected. What a block by Dickerson.
That was great steal by the Hillers on the initial turnover there. And like you said, great block by Kai Dickerson. Defense has been a theme here in the second half.
Ortiz with it, setting the pick there. Dickerson gets it over to Pindell. Ball knocked out. Battle for it. Mayhem. And it's collected by Dajan. And what a feed, Elstrom Hall. Can't finish. It's been the story most of the night for the Hillers. They're getting good looks. They're getting open opportunities in the low post, but missing on those layups.
A little off.
Ephra with it.
It's like, is the gravitational pull off right now? I don't know what's going on,
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of gravity problem or something like that. Pindell driving and kicks it out. Lariano. A nice feed underneath and the finish by Dickerson.
This is Dickerson's best game of the season.
Yeah, he has 12 points tonight. And a miss to Willitson there on the pass. It's going to be Westwood's ball. 39-27, Westwood lead, 4:41 left. Coach Keene wants a timeout. And he's going to try to get things going for this Hiller team, try to get that offense moving a little bit, but they're certainly having a rough go out there today. You know, sometimes a lot of game left, certainly not over, but so far not their night.
No, it hasn't been. You know, the first quarter was their quarter, but since then it's been Westwood. Second quarter, third quarter, and you know, off to a good start here in the fourth quarter. And Westwood's just getting hotter. You know, not only is the bucket's not going in for the Hillers right now, but Westwood is just, they really got their foot on the gas right now. And when you have Mackay Dickerson playing the way he's playing right now, that's a problem. You know,
is.
because you got him being a problem right now in offense on top of Liriano, who's having a monster game for the Wolverines. And you know, you get then you got Ifra chipping in too. You got Horn chipping in, Pindell, who's got 6 as well. Some really, really good complementary scoring going on for the Wolverines. Pick your poison kind of night for their offense.
Well, we'll see if the Hillers can get it going. Still time left, 4:41 left to go. I do want to mention we got some great sports coverage coming up throughout the rest of the week. We got Alpine Ski 2 nights this week. We have their final official race, which will take place tomorrow night at about 6:30, and then the fun run on Thursday at 6:30, and then we got girls hockey, girls basketball coming up on Friday. The girls take on Leominster at 5 p.m. and girls basketball senior night at 6:30 p.m. all live on HCAM.
We covered that girls game over the weekend. So impressive was the Hillers. Coito and McPherson, 2 of the very best in Division II girls hockey right now.
Up goes Liriano. A 14-point game. Hillers need some points. Marcinowski going to drive the lane. Trying to get it underneath. Up for the shot and no good. Hiller rebound put back by Brown, no good. Battle for it. And we're going to get a jump ball.
Wow. Great battle there by Horn. I mean, he didn't have the angle, but still was just finding a way to keep his hand on that ball to earn a jump ball.
Yeah, Canales had a good opportunity there. Couldn't finish on the layup. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Brady taking it up. Gets it over. Ifra kicks it out. Westwood, they're going to take their time here, try to burn some clock, up by 14. And drawing the foul there is going to be Liriano.
Great look for the Wolverines and getting some free throw opportunities here. And Liriano looking to add to the already impressive night he's having right now.
So he's at the line for a pair, his second time at the line tonight. And he's 3 for 3 from the stripe. Yeah, 18 points.
What a night. Yeah, his uncle Alexis was a year ahead of me at Westwood High School. So it's really cool seeing the connections to Westwood High School when it comes to parents, uncles, nieces, nephews, all part of this special town, special high school. I'm sure you see it a bunch too. You were mentioning that you know players that you called are now coaching here for Hopkinton.
Absolutely, a lot of them just love to stick around that Hiller athletic community. Errant pass there by Simulus, stolen away by Liriano. And time quickly running out for the Hillers. Liriano trying to shake the defender, gets it over. 20 on the shot clock. Ifra driving in. Feeds it underneath, no good. Hillers get it back, collected by Brown. Willinson will take it up. Feeds it underneath, Cho up and in. First field goal, first points of the quarter for the Hillers. They have just struggled offensively tonight. Liriano. And Hillers desperately trying to get the turnover. Westwood, they're going to try to take some time off the clock and hang on to that ball as long as possible. Feeds the corner. Nice pass underneath. No good on the lane attempt by Horn, but we have a foul.
Yeah, it's just nothing going their way. Kind of reminds me.
Some nights it's just not your night.
It's like Dumb and Dumber, that part where everything was going wrong. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong. And you get Jim Carrey saying, "Pets' heads are falling off." Just one of those nights.
First free throw by Horn, no good. How's that girls' game going?
I just got a text from my man Evan over at Westwood Media Center, and we got a final. So Westwood with the win, 45-33.
Wow, Hillers had a little comeback. And second free throw is good.
I think I bring the good luck for Westwood every time we do
Yeah, I got to
these
stop
games.
inviting you to these broadcasts. I don't know if we can do it anymore, man. People are going to start getting mad at me.
You know, a couple games you don't notice. Now I think we've done what, maybe 4 or 5. You know, it's been some good luck for the green.
I might think twice if we're going to do a broadcast together in the playoffs.
Yes, if the Wolverines play the Hillers in the playoffs, we're getting together.
It's going to be a Westwood inbound. Freddie on the entry. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Lariano taking it down. And it's going to be stripped away by Nadesian. Nadesian to Cho. Cho for 3. Got it! Well, the Hillers, they're not going to go down without a fight. A 12-point game, under 2 minutes left. And Cho's going to get the foul there. He's trying to strip the ball out. Certainly some contact there with Ivra.
That's their 4th team foul with a minute 50 remaining here in the game.
On the entry. Driving down, Lariano up with the left hand, and he goes. That might be the backbreaker right there. Here's Cho, good response. Well, Gavin Cho stepping it up in his 4th quarter. He has all 7 of the Hiller points. Full court pressure. Feeds it in the lane. Taking it out, Vindell. And we'll see if we get the foul here. We will.
He's going to get free throws. Pretty going to the line.
Team 5th for the Hillers. Ready at the line. No good on the first. No good on the second. Hillers have it. Simulus takes it up over to Willardson. Driving in, kicks it out. Show for 3. No. Willardson collects and puts it back. Shot no good, but draws the foul.
Good rebound there. Took it right to the hoop, draws a foul, and he's going to shoot for 2.
Let's see, a couple steals, couple threes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you've seen some crazy things this year. Buzzer beaters from half court. You've seen comeback wins. I mean, what a comeback win the other night for the Hillers boys hockey.
Yeah, it certainly was. Great win against Dedham. And
rink 8, no less. You know, usually, you know, the goals pop off in rink 1. And
right.
Rink 8.
Maybe rink 8 is where it's at.
I think that's the new rink. I think they got to change it now.
James Hayward's back with the hockey team. He had a great night. Had a hat trick in that game this past Saturday.
Nothing better than getting a guy back after being out, especially right in this time when you're right on the doorstep of the playoffs.
That's right.
They got a big matchup coming up against Norwood on Friday. Is that right?
That is correct. Well, actually, this Friday is going to be the girls' team.
Oh, the girls, yes.
Ashland.
Yep. And there's there's TVL large implications in that game. Westwood right now tied with Dedham.
The boys are on the road the rest of the season, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Final minute. 3-ball, Willardson. No.
Caught a piece of the iron, the top iron.
It's going to be a Westwood inbound.
Well, Tom, thank you as always.
Yeah, it was good to have you on the broadcast.
Always a lot of fun.
I don't know if we'll ever do it again because every time you're here, Westwood wins.
Maybe we just do skiing. Everyone wins, you know. Individual sports, you know. Golf. We'll do some golf.
Liriano heading back to the line.
He's looking to add to this total.
So Westwood will get at least a share of the TVL title with the win here tonight.
They're going to have a tough one against Dedham on Friday, so there's still some homework left for them to...
Now the Hillers could also still get a share if they win out.
Yep.
In league play.
They have Ashland, or Westwood having Dedham, so both teams win their next one. They'll both be share TVL large chance.
I think we're going to have a shared title the way things are shaping up.
So what do? They cut the trophy in half and you get one half, Westwood gets a half? How does that work?
Or they get 2 mini trophies. Well, good night for Westwood. The Hillers struggled offensively. It was a good battle, good defensive physical game, but the Hillers just didn't have it offensively tonight, and Westwood's going to come away with the 48-35 win as they will run out the clock. Stars of the game, Robert Liriano, what a night he had, 21 points overall. And also stepping up big was Mackay Dickerson with 12 for Westwood as the Wolverines take it over the Hillers 48-35. Westwood now 14-5 overall. Hillers fall to 11-6. Morgan, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just impressive win for the Wolverines. Really bad first quarter. They didn't let that affect the second, the third, or the fourth. So I loved their answer, loved their response. And you're going to need that come playoff time. So impressed with them. Hillers they'll be back. They're going to be back the next game, I bet, and back to their normal self, normal game.
Well, I think they're probably not going to have the most pleasant practice tomorrow, but they'll be back for sure, and hopefully both these teams will see them in the playoffs as well. But a big thank you to our crew tonight, Denise Santaki, Mary Arnott, John Ritz. Morgan, thank you so much for joining me. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. The final score for the final time, Westwood defeats the Hillers 48-35. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.